poor man breaks the rules and sneaks into the rich people's restroom, only to discover that the water for washing hands is actually fancy bottled mineral water. At that moment, a wealthy man notices his suspicious behavior. So the poor guy pretends to be using the toilet to avoid suspicion, but the next second, his urine suddenly floats up into the air. Luckily, the rich man doesn't look up as he leaves the restroom, but the liquid drips along the ceiling onto a nearby alarm sensor, triggering the alarm. Mike panics and runs like crazy, escaping back to his poor world through the tower that connects the two levels. The next day, Mike returns to work at the tower, but the boss orders all employees from both worlds to stand up, announcing that someone has broken the rules and will be fired immediately. Mike thinks his trip to the upper world has been exposed, but to his surprise, it's actually his good friend Jack who is getting fired. Before leaving, Jack gifts Mike his box, which contains Jack's access pass. Now Mike can freely enter the rich world without any trouble. He quickly calls his goddess Amy, who lives upstairs, and they plan to have dinner at the Upside Down restaurant that evening. Later, Mike loads antimatter into his clothes, puts on his anti-gravity shoes, and uses reversed gravity to disguise himself as an upper-class rich guy. With Jack's access pass in hand, Mike finally meets Amy, the woman he's been longing for. Although Amy has amnesia and has forgotten their romance from 10 years ago, Mike charms her with his wit and smooth talk, making her both happy and shy. Just as their conversation heats up, Mike suddenly smells roasted chicken. Looking down, he realizes his shoes are smoking. Antimatter only lasts for a limited time, and once it expires, it generates intense heat. Panicking, Mike quickly finds an excuse to leave. With his feet literally on fire, Mike rushes toward the bridge and jumps straight into the sea. In the water, he strips off all his antimatter gear, but forgets that doing so leaves him completely unprotected. The next second, Mike shoots up from the water, soars into the clouds, and then falls back down to the lower world.